Hey everybody, welcome back to the SkyLounge. Here to review some Seahawks action as we beat the Green Bay Packers 27-24. Woo! This was a close game. And you know what? Before I go any further, shout out to Aaron Rodgers. The man was incredible today. I'm going to actually read off the stat line for him tonight. Absolutely incredible quarterback. I will sound like I'm being derisive and shit against the team, but I'm just kind of hyped that my team actually beat a pretty damn decent team on a come-up. You know, I understand that their record doesn't speak for itself, but hey, the talent is there. But let's talk about this game, guys. First play from the game was a Chris Carson run, and he fucking fumbles the goddamn ball. And from that, the Green Bay Packers with Adam Jones just able to... Is it Aaron Jones? That's right, Aaron Jones. Easy run through a lackluster defense in the Seattle Seahawks early on. And Mason Crosby actually missed a field goal at one point after a couple of drives here, I believe on the second drive, because Russell Wilson early on looked very fragile, a little tweaked up and inaccurate, which eventually changed throughout. And what was able to, kind of keep us afloat while the score was at 14-0, Janikowski with the 43-yarder gets the field goal, gets it to 14-3. Actually, it was 7-3. My apologies. I can't do math right now. I know, stereotypes aside, I just can't do math. But at 7-3, Tanyan for the Green Bay Packers with a beautiful throw by Aaron Rodgers. I mean, holy shit, man. The man can throw, all right? That fucking ball was a beauty and a floater right into Tanyan's hands, and the Seattle defense looked a little bit like ragdolls in the early stages. And you get to the second quarter, and you just realize the Seahawks defense and our O-line just takes penalties. You might as well call us the stripper poles because or poles just because we love flags. Terrible. But here's the thing. While it was 14-3, the Seattle Seahawks able to get something with the touchdown by Doug Baldwin, and as much as I was screaming at Russell Wilson at my TV, because Lord knows whatever you yell at that TV, the players are gonna respond, but whilst yelling, I could also see the brilliance of Russell Wilson. I mean, I love Russell Wilson, man. You don't even understand that shit. But the great thing about that second quarter was you saw a glimpse of what that defense is capable of. Because you have on one end one of the best quarterbacks in the league in Aaron Rodgers. And for our defense to step up big when you got guys like, Jones, Equinemius St. Brown, all those new cats in there, even Jimmy Graham, who we forget to mention in there. It was incredible for that Seattle defense, like sticks and twigs and shit at times. Just do the work. Frank Clark was awesome tonight. There were a couple of plays where, yes, he missed his cues and shit, but when you get to see Aaron Rodgers get sacked, it's beautiful. And to just puncture the team, Chris Carson is able to get a drive, a touchdown in one of the drives in the second quarter. And the cool thing about this game was you got to see the rushing prowess of the Seattle Seahawks. Chris Carson, Rashad Penny, those two guys are no jokes. We got our own little two-headed lions. And Mike Davis. You gotta give a huge shout out to Mike Davis. He came in the clutch in the fourth quarter, which I will mention again. But to top off the second quarter, Jones with the receiving touch, with the fucking passing touchdown from Aaron Rodgers, man. I mean, Jones and Rodgers, that might be the new, hybrid receiver back tandem with the quarterback. You know what I mean? It'll be pretty interesting to see what that holds in the future. But while the half ended at 21-17, Green Bay Packers and Seattle Seahawks, you got a feeling in the third quarter where both teams kind of weren't playing up to their standards in my eyes. Obviously for me, when I was watching this game, I'm looking at David Moore and thinking, well, how the fuck are you dropping all these passes? And then immediately afterwards, he's catching all these clutch passes. And you just get to see a lot of this referee nonsense. And here's the thing. I'm going to even say it as a Seattle Seahawks fan, the referees gave a little too much lenience to the Seattle side, in my opinion. There were a couple of calls late in the third and fourth quarter where I thought the Green Bay Packers kind of got screwed. Like the passer interference call against, was it against Tyler Lockett, I believe, in the third or fourth quarter. I just felt that kind of fucked over the Packers. The dynamic of that game really fucking changed. And here's the thing. We would have thought that from that third quarter, momentum would have been ours. Janikowski in the fourth quarter gets the field goal, 21-20. And from this point on, you're just hoping to God that Aaron Rodgers doesn't just turn himself on and just says, fuck it, I'm just going to throw balls and, put them up your fucking face. And here, the weird thing about Fox is Troy Aikman and Joe Buck just came, that's a great sack. They took a really great sack. I'm like, can you fucking stop saying it like that? Just sounds like you're rubbing on balls. Can you please stop it? But here's the thing. Mason Crosby actually gets a really decent field goal, despite the fact that Aaron Rodgers really on that drive specifically should have had a touchdown. But really stupid penalties by the Packers team just fucked him over, and they had to settle for a field goal, 24-20. And this is where shit gets wild, man. The Packers' injuries mounted in a shit pile all throughout this game. Defense, there were, I believe, was it fucking Anderson? Was that his name? God, I keep forgetting that dude's name. 76, is that right? Whatever. There's about 3 or 4 fucking Packers players that were injured, and you just kept thinking, Jesus Christ, if the Seahawks can't win, this is a problem. And sure enough, the Seattle Seahawks decides to snuff this team out of its misery, and Ed Dickson with a clutch touchdown and a great throw by Russell Wilson. And here's the thing. Defense came up big. Situationally, our defense came up big. We were able to stop Aaron Rodgers and the gang. And I just felt with 5 minutes left, if the Seattle Seahawks turned over the ball, there was going to be something. But the curious thing about this specific game and the broadcast of what they showed was Aaron Rodgers putting his head down like this. And immediately when you see that, I thought, okay, game's over. Game's over. He has no confidence in that defense. That body language flat out tells you he has no confidence in that defense. And he was right to do so, because we were in our own 20-yard line, right? And the Seattle Seahawks was able, with 5 minutes left, able to move the ball forward, move the chains, kill the clock, and eventually just kneel down and just win the goddamn game. So 27-24, the Seattle Seahawks win. And let's talk about the stat lines real quick, because again, shout out to Aaron Rodgers, because this man, holy shit! Listen, if you guys are Green Bay Packers fans, you should fucking worship and praise this man, because this dude is absolutely incredible. 21 passes on 30 attempts, 70%, 332 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he took 5 sacks. Aaron Rodgers took 5 sacks, whereas Russell Wilson took 3. His overall quarterback rating for Aaron Rodgers, 128.8. Russell Wilson, 21 passes on 31 attempts, 67.7%, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 sacks, QBR rating of 110.3. Now, I'm not going to sit here and, start debating, who's the better quarterback. On the day, Russell Wilson, with the dual head of Rashad Penny, the triple head threat of Rashad Penny, Mike Davis, and Chris Carson, with the tools he had and the situational defense, coming up in the clutch, we were able to win. But man, my God, Aaron Rodgers single-handedly carried this game forward. If you had a guy like Deshaun Kaiser, do you think this game would have been even close? Hell fucking no. And reason why I got this thing on here, Cam Chancellor was at the game, and defense came up big today, so we got to give a huge shout out to defense tonight. So Seattle Seahawks wins. Go Hawks, all the 12s. Let's get excited. Let's fucking get hyped up. We are 5-5 on the season. I know it's not too crazy. I know it's not the best kind of fucking, context we want to have going forward in the season. But you know what? We're 5-5 again, man. We're 500 again, baby. Let's ride our own destiny. All right, let's try to do something. Jesus fucking Christ. And so there we go. Let me know what you guys think. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Now fuck off.